Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Jack, and this is Log Cabin Firewood. So what's going on, everybody? I hope you all have been doing amazing. I've been doing pretty good. It's been hotter than Hades, but that's expected for the middle of August. Can't really change that. Kind of just gotta take what we get and roll with the punches. I feel for every single one of you that is working outdoors, has to be outside in the heat. It's been pretty brutal this year. I hear up north, up in the Nova Scotia area, there is like no rain. Down here, we've been getting thunderstorms pretty much weekly. We're actually in a burn ban right now. So, people can't even have a campfire at their house, which is understandable. We don't want to have, wildfires like our friends up north are having right now. But it's not good for someone like me that makes money selling firewood bundles or camp firewood. But that's okay. We are still attacking the piles of wood that we have, and I had to actually go through and clean up my saws a little bit. We blew them off, cleaned them up. We got the air filters cleaned up, got everything cleaned up on these, and then I went through and my chain locker was empty. I, spent all my chains that were sharpened. I'm not a very professional chainsawer or a sawyer, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes I hit the ground. Sometimes the trees that are given to me have been rolled across. It looks like a stone parking lot for half a mile, and then they bring them to me, so there's stones in the bark. And when it's on the underside and you're sitting there just having fun with some music in your ears, you can't see those stones and you hit a stone. So I trash a lot of chains, and like I said in my one video, I was going to go out and I was going to blow through 3 chains, and then I was going to go home because it was pretty hot that day and we were in full sun. But let's talk about one of the things that has helped me and why I like it, sharpening chains. So this is the TimberTuff bench mounted chain grinder. This is very similar to the Oregon version of a chain grinder, but this one's a little bit cheaper, and you can find this one at your local Tractor Supply. Currently, you can see I have this thing set up at a 90-degree angle. Normally, you want your pitch going into the chain, I believe it's 60 degrees or something like that, but currently I have it set up to do my my rakers, my depth plates, and that's one of the things I do love about this, is that you can change it to where you can just blast through some chains pretty quick. I go through and sharpen all my teeth on all these chains, and then I reconfigure the grinder, and then I go through and do all the rakers all at once. And how I do that is I will set my chains up on my bench vise, and I'll do 2 rakers, one on each side, and I will mark where I do those so I know that they are true and perfect at 35 thousandths, where I like to set mine with the West Coast Saw raker gauge. And then I'll go through and sharpen the teeth, do 2 rakers, hang it on the wall. Go through, sharpen the teeth, do 2 rakers, set it on the wall. And then once I get done all my chains, I will reconfigure the bench grinder and then go through and do all the rakers all at once. It's streamlining the process for me. Yes, it takes a little bit of time because I'm doing, I think, 11 or 12 chains. But if I put some tunes in, here lately I've been listening to Stop, Drop, Rewind. Really cool dudes. They were emo kids that grew up and all got jazz degrees, as one of the descriptions that I read. Super good groovy tunes, awesome bass, awesome guitar, super rhythmic percussion section. Like, it's a little 3-piece band, and these guys rock. I'm actually looking forward to seeing them in October. They're going to be at the 8x10, a club that I actually played 20 years ago when I played music. It was wild. But it's cool that that place even exists still, because I've been out of the music scene for about a decade. But anyways, it's nice when you pump some jams and you can sit here and just blast chains out, pretty rapidly. I can typically do, a chain in about, 2-3 minutes. But it's very nice streamlining your operation with a bench mounted chain grinder. Are they for everybody? No, absolutely not. Some people prefer to sit there and hand file. Some people can get a pretty consistent chain grind with hand file, and that's what they prefer. Me, I like to make things easier, and I am not very good at a hand file, so that's why I chose the bench mounted option. And if you stone chains often, it's It's very hard to get, you know, every tooth back to where they're supposed to be. So you also get more consistency out of one of these grinders if you know how to set them up. Setup is everything. You got to take the time and set these up right, or you can trash some chains too. So as you see here, it can kind of become very robotic as you're going through and just, you know, blasting these out. You pull the chain through to its stop, you pull it back, you lock it, you hit it. Rinse and repeat. It's a very easy process. Again, setup is everything with one of these chain grinders, but once you get a good system figured out, you can ultimately streamline everything about the whole sharpening process. So now that we got some chains sharpened and the rakers are all tuned up and ready, we'll go through and we'll get these saws ready to go so that I can do a cutting session here soon. And I've already went through and got all the muck out of them, so I can go ahead and chain these up so that we are ready to go for a nice cutting session coming up, because we have got everything but the conifer stuff that I had sitting over there bucked up, or split up, I mean, I'm sorry. And that'll be next on the list. I'm just kind of taking some time. This weekend was actually Taryn's birthday, so we're kind of doing stuff with her. Went to Longwood Gardens yesterday. I don't know if you guys on the East Coast have ever been to Longwood Gardens, but what a fantastic place. The trees, the flowers, the atmosphere, everything is just absolutely incredible. It's definitely worth going. We have a lifetime membership there, and Taryn likes to go and just walk around sometimes by herself, which is awesome. But yeah, just hanging out, trying to get ahead of myself so that I can get something done in the next couple days. It's been so hot, I haven't wanted to do anything. And you guys can call me what you will. I work in this heat. I don't like playing in this heat with firewood. There's a million other things I would like to do other than play with firewood, which is why when I record, I record multiple videos at once. I learned that from my mentor and my good friend Chris in the Woodyard. Best idea ever. And you know, you just got to learn how to shape different videos and what you feel like talking about. I don't normally shape anything. I kind of just vlog what I'm doing. But you know, some people like it, some people don't. Those of you that actually hang out and support me, thanks for being here. But there's one saw done. On this 661, we're going to change up a little bit. So on the 661, we're going to change up a little bit. We got some bigger stuff coming up here in this pile, and I'm going to go ahead and swap out my 25-inch bar for the 36-inch bar, because I think that will help me a little bit better on this monster trunk piece that I have. Let me go grab a 36-inch chain. Be right back. Well, I had to grab this chain and I realized I didn't do the rakers last time, so I had to go do the rakers real quick. But I don't like to run a 36-inch bar all the time. For me, it's not something I need all the time. So that's why I always switch back to a 24, especially on this saw. This saw is already heavy enough with you know, a 24-inch bar on it. But I like to get the bar seated, and then I crank the tensioner up just a little bit, just until the chain will touch the bottom. Then I put my clutch cover on. I'm actually excited to get into that big piece of wood over there. I don't really like getting big wood. Oh man, look at that. I guess I should have tightened it up a little more or turned the clutch off. That way I could see what it was looking like. So now we'll be able to run this thing no issues. After the first cut, I might have to come through and readjust the bar. Sometimes things loosen up or actually fall into place a little bit better while this thing's running. But yeah, I'm ready to go cut some wood. Are you guys? I'll catch you back here next time whenever I make a video cutting wood. Thanks so much for watching.